Congratulations, Presidente! Your swift rise to power is an inspiration to us all. I am your most humble and loyal advisor, Penultimo. Although your wisdom knows no bounds, let me provide a few starting pointers on ruling our magnificent nation. A good ruler knows what goes on in every corner of his country. Let us take a better look at our island. Sometimes you will want to take a closer look at the little people on the streets and their daily lives. Good job, Presidente! With such skills, you will turn Tropico into a superpower one day. But let us not get ahead of ourselves. Zoom out a bit. Marvelous! The world becomes bigger or smaller according to your whims, Presidente. Now, why don't you give it a spin by rotating the camera? Bueno! You can also tilt the camera. Why don't you try this now? Overall tab represent what a citizen needs at the moment. They will constantly diminish over time, and when they get too low, the citizen will satisfy them somehow. For example, if the citizen needs to satisfy Here you can see how pleased this person is by the different factors in When people are hungry, they go to the food-producing farms to get food for their families. Alternatively, they can get it from the marketplace, which distributes food from the farms. A person can get several meals in advance for his whole family. It is very important to have your farms produce enough food for the masses. Right now, they are all producing tobacco that the people cannot eat. You have given your order, and your farmers are on their way to plant papaya. Most things in Tropico take time. For instance, it will take several months for the new crop to grow. A patient ruler like you knows that it is better to wait for results than to change his mind every few months. It seems that this farm is also understaffed. In order to attract more workers, you should increase the wages. You can do that from the fees and salaries tab.
Yo quisiera dormir más tarde, la gata no me dará la paz. A mi gata le da chango, su lucha es loca, no me molestes más.
Please, Presidente, can you fire Pedro Mendoza for me? He is lazy and always complains about everything. Not to mention that he shamelessly cheats at poker.
Yo te vi encima del tejado como un gato prieto. Estaba bailando rumba. Gata loca, baila rumba. ¿Qué le pasa a esa gatica? Pero mira qué bonita. Gata loca, medio loca. Gata loca, baila rumba. Si tú no vienes a me negra, no te voy a dar tu cosa.
Haha! Goodbye, Pedro, and good luck on the labor market. Now, an honest Tropican will be able to take this job. I spent a good deal of my time compiling useful info for our country in the Presidential Almanac. Dare to take a look, President? You can check different statistics related to the current situation on the island in the Almanac. It is good to check on it often.
Me tiene loco. ¡Qué barbaridad!
Tropico makes its pesos from tobacco exports at the moment. When the tobacco crops are ready, the farmers gather them and store them at the farm. Then teamsters from the teamster's office come to transport them to the dock. Finally, the dock workers will load them onto ships and our country will get money. This is not as complicated as it sounds. Tropicans will do all this on their own. You just have to spend all the money they earn. Presidente, let me tell you about your pension fund. Like all good things, your mandate may come to an end someday in the far future. So it is always a good idea to have a small fortune stashed in your Swiss bank. There are a few different ways to lead stray money there. One of them is the special building permit edict.
Quítate. Que te dan araña, me haces todo.
edicts are different presidential orders that can change the life of ordinary Tropicans dramatically. Take your time to look at all the possibilities. When you are ready, issue the Special Building Permit Edict that is located in the Economy tab. Presidente, it is always good to practice your election speeches. In your election speeches, you can promise, blame, and praise. You need only give me the briefest details, and I, Penultimo, will put together the complete speech for you, since we are only practicing. This bank account because of the edict you issued previously. These good-for-nothing builders have started working on the church. Let us wait until it is completed. Make sure you have not paused the game. Remember, Things take time in Tropico. You can Our new church is ready, Presidente, but there is no priest, so it stays locked. Not every faithful is cut out to be a priest. In order to preach sermons to the faithful, the worker must have at least a high school education. Since we don't have our own high school, let me tell you how to invite skilled workers from abroad. Enough about the affairs of the little people, Presidente. Let me introduce you to the single most important person on our island. Yourself.
Never fear, Presidente is here.
I am glad you decided to get out of the palace, Presidente. Let us go for a walk in our beautiful country. If you take care to build roads and garages, you would also be able to travel with your limo. But for now, let us concentrate on the basics.
All right, I'm going. Time for a walk.
The people love you, my Presidente. And you should take care to always keep them on your side, no? A coup d'etat or an uprising is not a pretty sight. You can address the people from the balcony of your palace. This will increase their respect towards you.
Back to work again.
Presidente, I can now see why you are in power and I am just your humble servant. You truly know how to move the people's hearts. There are many other actions you can try. You can make official visits to buildings, speed up constructions, and even shoot down traitors and rebels if need be. I think you can now continue without me. I, Penultimo, have a project of my own to be working on. Do you happen to know a pharmacist who sells poison at an affordable price?
Pleased to meet you, Presidente. I am Penultimo's brother, Segundo. I found a new island for you to rule. I picked it specifically because it has very few problems that can be fixed quite easily. As my brother Penultimo likes to say, less work is always good. There is something wrong with the industry on this island. A foreign expert I met in a bar told me we can make much more money if we optimize. Unfortunately, he was too drunk and passed out before I could get him to tell me what exactly needs to be done. So, I suggest we take a look at how the industry works at the moment. As you can see, our lumberjacks are hard at work producing logs at the logging camp. The teamster will carry the logs produced by our woodcutters to the lumber mill, where they will be processed further. These may take some time, so consider increasing the game speed. After that, the processed lumber is transported to the dock, where it will be loaded on a ship and sold. Presidente, if we build a furniture factory, it will process the lumber into furniture, which is more expensive. Let us construct a furniture factory to ensure hefty profits in the future.
No creo en coincidencia, yo no creo en brujería. Un guineo fiesta verde hoy está maduro al otro día. Aunque nunca le dé el sol, aunque tú lo veas chiquito, el proceso sigue y sigue y cada día se pone más pinto. Por eso el vecino mío, su mujer lo abandonó. Ella dice que él es raro y que su guineo no se maduró. Por eso el vecino mío, su mujer lo abandonó. Ella dice que él es raro y que su guineo no se maduró.
The foreign expert I told you about has finally recovered from his hangover. It turns out that he was talking about optimizing our industry with better transportation. Apparently, the industrial complex is too far away from the city and people go to work on foot. If we build roads and garages near the city and the industrial complex, the citizens will be able to use cars to get to work or to the city's amenities faster. Let's start by building a road from the city to the industrial complex. You can select the road from the infrastructure tab in the build menu. Please note that construction workers will use these roads to get to their current project. That is why you should always construct a road from their office to the location where you plan to place a construction. Now we need two garages, one near the industrial complex and one near the city. Let me remind you that the workers will be able to use cars when going to work, to the amenities of the city, or to the residences. Make sure that both your garages are connected with the main road.